Yo, if you a Gen Poppy and you need a place to loiter and hang out like a building lobby, this is why I created Gen Pop TV. You heard it's a place for us to hang out 24 hours a day, live chat going. You heard come through, show love to the peoples. You want to give a donation, you could buy a sticker right in a live chat 24 hours a day. You heard? You want to join a membership? You get to have these little stickers like this, Slim Blunt Gang, Gen Pop Gang in the building. Yeah! Z-Boy.
You can't hold that name. You got to qualify to hold that name. How you see the day's degree. You're not powerful. I'm powerful. Power Wild backs a gun out, backs to guard you now out, cocks to guard you now, and put it to his head. Powerful is my enlightener. Powerful the great, right? Powerful is a guy that took me under his wing when I was like 11 or 12, right? I got knowledge of self when I was very young, like 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, powerful, I was first taught by the God, see Allah. See Allah is still walking, see Allah is still up and jumping, powerful and back to the essence. But when see Allah went away, powerful took me like a little brother and taught me and walked me, you know, through these lessons and walked me through these mathematics.
Now, where was that CLR from?
CLR is from Pulaski, Brooklyn. That's my man. It's my big brother, CLR. CLR is still active in the nation, and he's a good brother. In fact, him and his wife opened a school for our children up there by Restoration, up there by Fulton Street by Restoration. But anyway, Powerful and CLR grew up together. They came up together. They're older than me. They had me by maybe 9 or 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But Powerful took me under the wing. Powerful was like my brother. In fact, when my older brother got murdered, Powerful made sure I was straight. Powerful took me through the ropes and told me, you know, how I got to move with that. Powerful was a good brother, but Powerful was like your man, super God. You understand? Powerful we used to call the fanatic of mathematics, right? Powerful was into his lessons. Powerful was on you. Powerful was into disqualifying and qualifying all of his students and everybody around him, right? But Powerful was in the martial arts. Powerful was very militant. Powerful went through all of these martial arts sciences. And this is the kicker. Powerful didn't like drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Powerful was like the doom squad in our nation on the low. You know what I'm saying? Powerful would bring justice to brothers on the low. Powerful was a marksman. Powerful made me proficient with weapons. Powerful was into using practical things like keys and belt buckles to for self-defense and stuff like that. So Powerful, you know, he was called Powerful the Great. Powerful was on his disqualifying and qualifying brothers. But there was another brother that we grew up with. He went up north and came home using the name Powerful. They was calling him Power Wild, right? So Powerful would run up on him and try to disqualify or qualify him. This is something that's within our nation that you will have to be in the nation to really understand, right? You got to show and prove, and you're held accountable for what and who you say you are. And back then it was enforced. It was enforced by universal, what we call universal beatdowns, what they would call now in these days in street terms like a disciplinary, like a DP. But back then, we would enforce these laws. We didn't build prisons because that's the way our lessons teach us. We don't build prisons. We handle our business. You understand? So Powerful was trying to check Pow Wow. Now, Pow Wow is a big demon. You hear me? Pow Wow was a brother that was always into devilishment. Wherever he went, it was death and destruction. And a lot of people may not see him that way, but I knew him. I've seen things he's done. I've seen him beat a police up and take his gun. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him get shot and come out the hospital in 2 days. I've seen him get shot in his neck and come out the hospital in 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Powerful was a straight deviant devil. Pow Wow, was a demon. He was about 6'4", and he came home even more vicious. He was raised in our nation, but he deviated. He was a straight renegade, what we would call. And he kept a lot of soldiers, little young soldiers around him. He wasn't teaching them nothing but straight devilishment. Pow Wow was Yakub, if you want to say. Pow Wow was a mad, evil demon, if you want to deal with it on an esoteric level. Pow Wow was a demon to me. I seen him do things. I seen him get in trouble and walk out of the precinct. I've seen him do all type of shit. I've seen the helicopters and SWAT team go on buildings and get him, and he'll be walking back on the street. So, and I don't want to put no jacket on him or say that, that he was in with the police, because I don't know that for sure. But I've seen things and I've heard things, right? Anyway, Powerful kept checking Pow Wow. Powerful the Drake kept checking his guard Pow Wow. Kept running up on him, trying to make him run through his lessons. And he really wasn't into the lessons like that. He really was, in it for power, wherever he was or wherever he came from, and he brought it home with him from prison, from up north.
And the other Powerful, was he into the streets too heavy?
He grew up in the streets, but he was for righteousness. He would take you, right? He would take me and put me in martial arts and make sure I went to school. He was living out this culture that we proclaim to live.
So he wasn't robbing nobody. He wasn't shooting people.
He was getting at drug dealers, but not in the open. Only people like myself and his students and the brothers around him would know what he really was into. But he was getting at drug dealers. You remember before I told you we went to war with the Jamaicans on our block? Well, he was getting at them, but on some ninja shit. You understand? He was getting right at their ass, but not out in the street, not big shootouts, or none of that stuff. He could get with you with the hands. He can break your neck. He can do things he was really a black belt in ninjutsu, and he was a militant. He wasn't in the street like that. A brother that was doing devilishment wouldn't want to be around Powerful. You understand? Powerful was like that. Now, Pow Wow was just the opposite. You know what I'm saying? Pow Wow was just the opposite. In fact, I seen him, like I said, I seen him in all type of stuff. And he had a very, very tragic ending. But I'm telling you, this particular situation. So Powerful kept checking Pow Wow, right? Powerful kept asking him Dave's degree and making him run through his lessons and all of that. And one night he was sitting outside, sitting in the park, right? We was sitting in PS23 Park, right? I got my guard, you sitting on a bench. We out there relaxed, chilling this building. It was a nice summer night, we was sitting in there. So Pow Wow just pops up like a demon, just walks up, right? He said, peace. He greeted us, peace, God. He knew all of us. You know, like I said, they was raised up with my older brother. So he knew all of us. He greeted everybody. And Powerful the Great started right in on him. You can't hold that name. You can't hold that name. You gotta qualify to hold that name. How you see the day's degree. You're not powerful. I'm powerful. You know what I'm saying? Pow Wow backs a gun out, backs the guard you now out, cocks the guard you now, and put it to his head. Put it to Powerful head. He said, why you keep questioning my word? Why do you keep questioning my word? I told you who I was. I'm powerful. You're not powerful. I'm powerful, right? So Powerful, like, why you pulling the guard you now on me? We supposed to be brothers. He said, fuck that brother shit, right? We not brothers. Don't question my word no more. Put the gun in his head again. He was getting ready to shoot him. He had the gun cocked. Powerful bent his head down like he was getting ready to take the shot. And chopped the motherfucking gun out of his hand. The gun hit the floor and went off. Everybody started scrambling, right? Powerful grabbed the gun, then Pow Wow grabbed the gun. They was kicking the gun, wrestling for the gun. Powerful was trying to get, now Powerful was like 5'8", right? Pow Wow was like 6'5". So his arms is longer, right? So he jumps on top of Powerful's back and get control of the gun, right? They start struggling for the gun again. Powerful broke loose and took off running, right? Start shooting at Powerful, Great, right? Powerful, the Great, word is born, God, rolled out, did like 2 Aikido rolls, and went through the hole in the handball court and disappeared, right? Got in the wind, right? So Powerful asked me, I took off too, right? I left my guard you now on the bench. I doubled around and got my guard you now. When I went to get my guard you now, Pow Wow was standing there by my guard you now. He said, you with him or you with me, right? I told him, we all brothers, God. We all brothers. Why? You know why? You ain't had to do him like that. He was like, you keep fucking with me. You keep fucking with me. Which way you want to go? I said, God, I ain't with nobody. I'm trying to talk, make sure I can get to my guard you now. So he said, go ahead, pick it up. He told me to pick my guard you now up. He said, you want to do something? You want to shoot me? I said, God, I told you we all right. We good, right? So fast forward about a few weeks down the line.
When you picked up your gun, what he did, he just spent off, or he tried to say some shit. Did he tell you some shit about, yo, when I see your man Powerful or some shit like that?
Yeah, he went through it. He told me, keep fucking with me. You know I'm not the one. Tell that nigga when I see him, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, he was like, he better not come back over here. Like that, right? And he got his gun in his hand, cocked. I got my gun in my hand. And we talking. He got some little soldiers with him. They all got their guns out.
This is nighttime, right?
This is nighttime. We in the park. Back then, the parks didn't have lights and stuff like they got now. When you were in the park, like at night, you were in the dark, basically. All of those parks, New York City parks, they didn't have good lighting. People didn't go in there unless you was in the street. You know what I'm saying? You didn't really hang in those parks or walk through those parks at that time at nighttime.
And what year was this like?
This was like 93 or 94 or something like that. Maybe 95. I gotta think. It was about 95.
You said fast forward weeks later.
Fast forward weeks later, this brother named Taboo that we hadn't seen, I hadn't seen him in a while, like maybe a year, right? He comes through the park. We sitting in the same spot, almost. This like a different bench. That was like our park. That's where we did everything at, in that park. You know what I'm saying? So Taboo is he grew up in the neighborhood, but he went away. So I'm seeing him for the first time. He building. I'm not knowing that he's into something and that he's coming amongst us to try to hide or get protection or whatever, right? So I'm with Powerful's brother, Spot. We standing in the park or whatever, right? So we talking to Taboo. Taboo is telling us how he been doing and this and that. Small talking. I'm like, in my mind, what the fuck he doing over here? Like, what he want? You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting ready because I ain't seen him in a while. Me and him have never had a problem, but it's like something ain't right over here, right? So I'm with my little man, Act 2. My little man is getting ready to come home. He's short. He been down since '98. You know what I'm saying? It's me, my man Akins, Spot, and Taboo standing there, right? And while we standing there talking, we see a silhouette like come out the dark, right? It's Pow Wow, right? He backs his gun out and tells Taboo, yo, what up? What's up? He pulls his gun, right? But he gives this guy a chance to pull his gun. He's like that. He pulls his gun out. He tells him, what up? What up? Like draw. On some cowboy shit. And they start going at it. Boom, boom, boom. We all backs out, right? You know when you're standing and talking and sitting down and up and down, up and down, sometimes we used to take our ratchet and put it on a tire wheel or put it on a bench or sit it up under the bench or whatever like that. Anyway, I sat my junk was sitting down. When I went to reach for it, he shot my motherfucking gun out of my hand and bust a bottle. And he shot me, grazed me. And we trying to get away from the gunfire. We shooting, everybody shooting, right? My little man lays down on the floor and start getting busy, right? This dude, Pow Wow, he was shooting, gunning all of us down. He wasn't ducking or nothing. He was moving a little bit, slipping and moving. He wasn't hiding behind nothing. He was just shooting, busting his gun, busting at all of us. We all trying to get away, busting at him. When Taboo took off, he took off behind Taboo, right? I got grazed in my leg, and I got the bottle splashed all over me.
So the bottle was right next to the gun?
Yeah, the bottle was on the bench.
That's
Bottle
crazy.
was on the bench. But we're like, yo, what's that Pow Wow? We like, yeah, everybody like, yeah, that was him, because we couldn't see. We was in the dark. But knowing him and knowing his silhouette, knowing how he looked, we figured it was him. We didn't really know, he was shooting wild. He was shooting wild disrespectfully. So all of us start gunning. We all start opening up, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, he runs Taboo down. He ran Taboo down. I didn't see Taboo no more. Pow Wow came back to the park, right? We having another stand-up for again, right? He's like, I see you hit, like that. I said, yeah, what's going on? He said, that ain't for you, man. That ain't for you, God. He said, that ain't for you. He said, go ahead and go to the hospital. I'm gonna be having words or whatever. He like, that nigga beat me for some money or whatever, right? Turned around and walked off like Omar, right? Went to somebody, he had some little guys in the cut we ain't even see. So he turned and walked off like Omar or whatever, right?
And son came immediately back and let you know that wasn't for you?
Yeah. Yeah, he said, I see you hit. He said, I see you hit. He said, y'all niggas should have moved the fuck out the way. That's what he told me. He was like, y'all should have moved the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, so you said what the kid Taboo that he was chasing, did he hit him?
He ran him down. I think he ate him up. But he kept running.
But he ain't kill him though, right?
I never heard from him. He could have went somewhere. I never heard from him again. Taboo, if you out there, let us holler at us. I never saw him again. Never saw him again. You know what I'm saying? And he came back like he had did what he went to do. You know what I'm saying? He came back walking, strolling. You know what I'm saying?
How that nigga was dressed, he was a flamboyant fly dude, or he was on some grimy hoodie type of shit?
Nah, regular. He was regular. He wasn't a flamboyant guy. He was a regular guy, but he was into like dirt bikes and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So he was more into his bikes and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it would go up and down with him too. He would be doing good, and sometimes he would be doing bad. And when he was doing bad, if whoever had some money had to be on guard.
So he was mainly a robber?
He was everything. He was a tyrant. He was a straight renegade. Rob. If he had some drugs, he would sell it. If he saw some jewelry, he would take it. And that's what it was. That's how he was. So we got an opportunity to work him. You know what I'm saying? We call him Slippy, right? Powerful the Great didn't want him touched. You understand? So this was a good brother, Powerful, right?
What you mean? He didn't want Pow Wow touched?
Nah.
Why? Because he wanted to get him?
He didn't tell us that. But we read between the lines. He was like, nah, we're not going to do it like that. Because we would catch him slipping. You know what I'm saying? But people would come tell us, yo, he's right here. Man, we can't keep coming over here doing that. Or whatever, right? So eventually somebody caught up to him, and it was very tragic. But I'm telling you this to say, to speak about the integrity of Powerful the Great. Powerful the Great really just wanted us safe. You understand? And Powerful the Great, we had him. You know, we had Power Wow situations where we could have just could have just got rid of him. But he didn't want us in trouble like that. He always tried to keep us out of things. He tried to, pay our way, and if we needed to go to school, if we needed anything, he always tried to do that for us, right? But at the same time, the culture doesn't allow you to let people use our name, in a bad way, or put bad light on our name. Now it's willy-nilly. But those rules that we used to live by, we enforced. You know what I'm saying? And that's that, God.
Did Pow Wow and did them dudes ever see each other again after that though?
I'm sure they did. I'm sure they did see each other. I'm sure they did, but some of this I can't expound on, right? But Powerful was peaceful like that in front of people. And they did, I'm sure they did see each other. I would see him, but it don't matter when you see each other when it's 1,000 people around. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. They probably saw each other and coming and going. And Pow Wow probably threatened him some more, but he had it where he was telling us don't you know, he had a lot of brothers with him. Powerful could did what he wanted to do.
You said both of them is back in the essence?
Both of them went back to the essence. Powerful Drake died of natural causes the other year. Powerful was a vegetarian. Powerful taught me how to eat and all of that stuff. But from what I know, he died in his bag.
How old did he, like, what was his physical?
Powerful was probably about 55, maybe. No, Powerful was about 57 or something like that when he went back.
It's way too young.
Yeah, Powerful died in his, well, I'll tell you this, Powerful had some property that they wanted. Powerful got a lawsuit and brought a store on Fulton Street. With the store, the store was attached to a building, so he acquired the whole building. Powerful was telling me that they wanted that building. It was the only building, and then he suddenly passed in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I never knew the real details, but I know he died in his bed. He didn't die in the street. You know what I'm saying?
And you said Pow Wow, somebody killed the bro?
Yeah. He got killed tragically. It was tragic. I don't want to share that information because I don't want to be disrespectful. But it was a child involved, and it was bad. It was bad. But you know, wherever he went, in fact, Pow Wow had brothers that looked. Pow Wow was running with brothers that looked like him, his same height, his same weight, and people would run up on them and knock their noodles out thinking it was him. So he was a ghost. He was very elusive. He knew how to get around. You know what I'm saying? He did not mind pulling his gun. He did not mind a gun battle. And that night, like what I'm talking about, I'm telling you, you know, for real, he did not duck. He had no problem with gunfire.
And how many dudes would you say was shooting at him?
Four guys.
And he just stood there?
He was moving, but he wasn't ducking and he wasn't getting hit. You know what I'm saying? And then he took a few bullets and came out the hospital. So he took shots. People have shot him before. He got shot. He got like a close shot, one in his face, one in his neck, or something like that. And he came out the hospital. You know, these evil guys like this. This is not the first guy I know like this. This is not uncommon for these evil guys in the neighborhood to take shots and get out of trouble and do things that ordinary people wouldn't be able to do. So he was one of those guys. He was one of those guys that would stalk people and pop up. You know what I'm saying? He was one of these guys that would take a man's woman and parade the woman in front of the guy. He was one of those guys, just to do it.
Yeah, man. It's crazy how many legendary dudes done had that name, either Pow Wow or Powerful. You know what I mean?
Right. I know a few myself, but my enlightenment didn't want him carrying that name, and it got bad. Word. He could have just, he could have just left that alone, but it got bad. It got bad. You heard?